13, Marty Miller. Okay, so he talks a bunch, at the beginning of this, but I want to show what this smart plan can do. I was hoping to have like an example in my email that I saw and did it myself but unfortunately that. Okay, so this challenge that they have going on today is day 13. So he is talking in smart plans. So he kind of jumps between contacts and smart plans in your command. But I want to show you what this smart plan can do so you can kind of have an idea of, do I want to do this or do I want to waste my time on this type of thing? So I feel like it's better to see what the outcome can be and then go from there.
And what is the context we're talking of the smart plan?
So this is called the Neighborhood Monthly Nurture.
Okay,
So this is a smart plan that you can set up for your customers. So if you put in, this is what I was missing. So in your command, one of the things that maybe you wouldn't naturally put in for your contact in the additional information is their actual home address. So, and then it's gonna recognize that, what neighborhood it's identifying them in at that point. So you have to have their home address, which sometimes easy enough to find, even if it's a, maybe somebody you don't know as well. You can always do low tax in some of the counties and, GIS in some of them, Beacon, any of the tax sites for the counties, and usually find somebody's address that way. And then if they have like a different mailing address, the tax bill will list their mailing address on there too, so you can really track them down. And that, hey, if you forgot to collect it or whatever.
hey, is there a list like for phone calls on address? Can you send any type of mail to somebody, or is there a list for that you don't send mail?
There's not.
Okay,
You can not include, when you pull different reports in Paragon in that text section, where you can pull addresses and phone numbers, you can, if I remember right, you can select the button that's the do not call, but it doesn't have anything to do with the address. But if you get, they'll let you know that they don't want to receive stuff from you.
okay,
I got a super nasty voicemail and she followed it up.
but
with
there's
a
no
super-
list that I can get in trouble if I'm sending stuff to them.
Nope, because it's public record. It'd be different if their address was like hidden and not in public record, then they might be like, well, how did you even get my address? They either gave it to you or it's public record. With the phone numbers, that's not necessarily public record, so
Yeah.
they're like,
So
where
that
did
when
you?
there's a do not call list, but there's no like do not mail me something list. Okay,
But they'll let you know, they can always just be like, yeah, I don't want to receive stuff from you, why are you sending me this? And like, you see all the junk mail we get all the time.
Yeah.
There's no unsubscribe button to junk mail, unfortunately, so. But when I'm in contacts, so the one note with the address is, I'm gonna go into my one that I created this morning. And so I have their address in, so I have her phone number and email, those are the two like super important things for you. And then down under additional contact information, so when you put in a new contact, there'll be a drop down for that. And it'll say additional contact information, click that, and then I can put their address in, their home address, mailing address, and it lets me decide if their mailing address is different. So then it's automatically recognizing the suggested neighborhoods. So they live in Oxbow Park. So it's automatically identifying that. So the smart plan, if I set them up for a smart plan today, you can basically send this out today to whoever's address that you're adding in. It will look, I want you to see what it looks like when it comes to them. Like I said, this is what I was hoping I would have.
am I assuming because we're talking about the address in the neighborhood, is this smart plan gonna send stuff out like the
It's gonna-
postcards or something?
It'll email it out to them automatically.
So email,
Really?
Mhm,
okay, so
Yep.
the address is just so it can define an area,
exactly.
okay.
Yep, you got it.
Could I use this for, instead of an email, send out direct mail?
How it looks, I would not.
And it could send it out in all the houses in that
You
area?
could, no,
Okay,
usually are asking for so much today, Josh, honestly.
I'm just giving you content, giving you content.
You are. So I wanna see. I was trying to pull what the email. I know it's on here. What it actually looks like, so they can. So you can see what your customer's gonna see, because one of the problems with Command is when you send out emails like this, you can't always pull it up to see what your customer is seeing. So if I set somebody up on a smart plan for their neighborhood, this is what it's gonna look like. It'll say, hey, whoever, check out these updates from the neighborhood you follow. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions. If you do this and you do not put an address in, it'll just say that and then unsubscribe. There will be no content in the email. This we
Okay.
learned this morning. So,
So they'll immediately unsubscribe.
Yeah. because it's not gonna have this content. So
Okay.
everything below this neighborhood report for Tivy Avocado Lake, this is what it's gonna look like for your customer.
Okay.
So it'll be whatever neighborhood they're in, and then they're gonna give them different stats in the neighborhood, how many properties are for sale, what the average days on market are, and it's just gonna give them a picture of, this is what's happening in your neighborhood right
And all that
now.
info is automatically plugged into we didn't have to research that.
Nope, you put the address in, it recognizes what neighborhood it designates it in, and then it pulls this information for you.
Okay,
So that's what it'll look like. And it says that it doesn't come from KW, it comes from you. So mine says it's an email from Mal Kessler,
okay.
which is always nice that it's coming from your name and not something generic.
Right.
And they can unsubscribe just as easily if they want to, just like anything else. But, so if I wanna get that set up, one note that I would make, just because you can always rewatch, like his series here, this video that I'm watching, it's available on YouTube 24/7. It's the 66-day challenge. 8.0 is what we're working through. So it's right there to follow along. If I wanna sign somebody up for the smart plan, I will go to my smart plans. So these are all the smart plans I have uploaded on my Canva currently. So you can see I have my neighborhood nurture. That won't just be there for you. So you're gonna have to go to the published or the library, sorry, and look for it. If I can spell. And I'm gonna see. And again, this is all covered in the video as well. So here's the step. A monthly email, you can reach out to your clients, leads and recruits to show real-time data. You can add the smart plan. It says I've already got it, but then you'll download it. So now it's gonna be available on your smart plan list. And why that's important. If I come into my contacts, most of my contacts are you guys, so I don't just click the button and add everybody to it, because then you guys would be added to it. And I don't think you wanna see my smart plans or,
I know,
I don't know, maybe you do. I don't know.
maybe, let's do it.
So I've got my neighborhood nurture. I'm gonna select that. If I wanna start it right now. Yep, I understand the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. That's the do not call. This smart plan specifically is for address, not a phone call. So then I can see, oops, on my timeline, what I've done. So it sent out a marketing plan to her. My neighborhood nurture. And so then I sent a simple email. I can see on my timeline that it went out. So if you need to, if somebody's like, well, I didn't see anything, well, you know, it went out at 10:48 this morning. It looks like, check your spam. If somebody's specifically looking for it, you can, there's one of the smart plans out there that you can download. It's just an intro email that basically just says, you know, I'm putting you on this plan so you can start receiving updates. Here's what to expect from it. So if you're somebody that wants that just automatically sent out, you can sign them up for like a one-time blip. And now I'm curious if she got it. It's just that. She got it, she got it.
You say it's your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Is
That's
your
what I
mom-
do.
Your mom, your test dummy?
She's my testament. I mean, that sounds bad, but I had myself in there and so I did it and I used my 2 sample ones to myself. And I was like, okay, is it just not working or what am I doing wrong? And I was like, oh, I need to add the address in. So that's how I learned that
Yeah.
you have to have the address in it. Cause when you go into your contacts, you can see where like this section right here, this neighborhood section, it's already there. Even though your address isn't in, you can select different addresses or different neighborhoods on here,
Mhm.
but unless this address is in there, it's not gonna, that smart plan will not work.
Does it work if the address is not necessarily in a neighborhood?
Yeah, it'll send out an area.
So it doesn't have to be considered a neighborhood,
It'll
it'll just
be,
do an area.
like, it'll be
distance.
designated as something. So like on tax cards, it's designated as some kind of area, whatever that
Okay.
might be.
Gotcha, so it goes on the tax card.
Yeah. From what I can tell, that's what it's running off of.
Cause if you're like the only house on a road for a mile,
Mhm.
does it still just take a mile or whatever the distance is?
We can, so if I wanna do. I can find it on the map. If you're struggling, some of the neighborhood, I think Fort Wayne's neighborhoods are set up pretty easy, but some other neighborhoods are not.
Yeah, just like find one that's not really, like find one on the outskirts of Fort Wayne, that's not really in a neighborhood. And see,
Cause if I wanna do, like we can do out here. A mountain,
like, there's gotta be a home around there somewhere, right?
if I'm out in BFE, the
Right.
heart of Woodburn is what it calls it.
Okay. So it might not be an actual neighborhood,
Right.
but they are gonna
But it's
designate it
grouping
something.
it, yep,
Okay.
it's grouping it with them.
Cool.
How good is it with the new constructions that are coming up and they're not there?
You would ask me that, Jackie, about new construction. So, let's take a look. What was the,
Well, would the new construction be in a neighborhood?
what was that address, Jackie, of the closing you just?
It
gave
was
me?
4039 Shadow Woods Lake Trail.
Shadow Woods. Just so I can try to,
So that, I guess it's Shadow Wood.
it's, yeah, that's gonna be the new neighborhood is the Shadow Wood. Oh, boy. Stop laughing at me.
Who's laughing?
My, I'm a great typer, I promise. Awful. Here we go. I just want to see where it's at so I can pull it. So Shadow Wood,
Nice looking house.
oh, Jackie just sold one over there.
You sold one there?
Yes, I did. New
Congrats.
construction is, it's actually with Lancia.
Lancia?
Yes.
Congrats.
So, let me.
Was it a spec house or made or built?
They
Or-
actually built a new construction. They built it.
Okay.
I want to see it on the map. There we
There
go.
it is.
Right across from Crazy Pins. Okay, so. If I went too far. now. There's Wintertown, there's Lima. Little. Cook,
Does it not show Shadowwood Lakes?
it's not up there yet. That's the thing is it's so new.
Oh, the
Yeah.
whole neighborhood's new. Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
So when I
Yes.
see- So it's Hunigar and Wallen. So it's still considering it part of Northwest Lima Woods. That section. Cause then. I wonder what that would be. There. That's a whole. Yeah, which,
Interesting.
that wouldn't, those houses right there wouldn't,
So it's gonna basically consider it what it used to be still, not necessarily what the new neighborhood is.
cause it's on the other side of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you'd be getting the wrong people.
Or the right people that wanna upgrade,
There you go.
they wanna move across Unigard,
Huguenard, I think it's,
Huguenot.
yeah.
Huguenot, okay. So, that's the best way I say it, like, cause when I was searching for some neighborhoods, it didn't wanna pull up, but then when I pulled it up on the map and got in that area, there was like one word that you didn't know that it was a part of the neighborhood name.
Yeah,
So if you can't find it, you can always look it up that way. Otherwise, it'll let you search for it. And then if you have the address in, it'll give you some,
I'll end up giving up
Yes.
on all that. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. but put the address in, it should designate it a neighborhood, and then you can put the smart plan in. And then my mom was going to forward this to me. Let me see what email she sent it to. That way we can see a live one here. It's me. I love that it didn't work. I really thought that that was my fault, but now I have the coding for it. There's nothing to see, is that right? No, Mom, it's not. So before you do that, let me look into that further, because that's not what's supposed to happen. So
Okay.
there's some disconnect there, but like I said, you can, this is on the KW 60 Command 66-day challenge. This is day 13. So that's something that you can look up, follow. Basically halfway through the video, he kind of starts the instructions. He talks a lot at the beginning. And then he takes you step by step on how to set up that smart plan. So you can see it. Let's see what day 14 is. Adding, removing, and viewing contacts next week. Which really doesn't need a lot. And then growing your referral network. I'll probably combine 14 and 15 for next week. Cause the
Okay.
add and remove is pretty basic. You can't delete a contact out of your feed, but you can archive it and delete it from your archive. So it just basically is double checking to make sure you really want to delete it. So instead of it just automatically like it's gone and then I'm like, oh shoot, that's not the one I wanted to delete. It has a little fail safe on it, I guess.
Okay,
And then the growing referral network, hopefully after Thursday, maybe we'll have some stuff that we can utilize with that and connect the dots a little bit with growing your network with stuff that we pick up from Bold. So.
okay.
Any questions about command, this, anything else happening? Questions?
Yeah, I got something you might be able to help us with. Brian said you should be able to do it.
Okay,
Essentially, I found out kind of, I got a listing yesterday,
okay,
but I did the listing appointment and I didn't really have anything prepared per se. I just
Mhm.
kind of winged it. So I was looking in command and I stumbled upon like designs for
Yep.
pre-listing packets.
Yep.
Now I was looking at them, the one that came up was 26 pages. Is there something that makes it easier that information can be plugged into that 26 pages? Or do I have to literally go through page by page, delete information and add my own information?
yes. Or no, I guess is the answer to your
So
question.
that seems like a lot of,
I mean, once you do it one time, it's done.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but then every listing after that, I have to keep going back through and,
Well, most people have their listing set up where most of it's the same every single time. Like 95% of your listing appointment, your listing package is exactly the same every single
oh, it
time.
is.
And then, you'd have like
You
a
just change,
CRM
you just
or-
change your address and information of the new client.
So and it depends on how fancy you wanna be about it, and if you want it to have like a designated cover page where it has like, this is the listing packet for blah, 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 where you can just,
So
change
both
that
of the
one thing out.
26 pages is kind of a generic information?
yeah, there is some stuff that has to be changed out, like
Okay,
your contact information is usually mostly what it is. But once you do that stuff one time, like maybe there's a page or two in there that if it does, I'm not sure that it designates anything. But most people will have like their CMA, sorry, their CMA will be different every time, but you can just tuck that in.
so I didn't, yeah, so I didn't know if there was a way to like say, hey,
You just
cause
want
I
me
know
to
when
do
you
it,
do a
Josh.
listing on command, you can kind of have it just pull all the stuff from a listing and throw it
Your
in there.
KLM, yeah, off the KL, so let's look.
So I didn't know if maybe they could take old listings of that property and kind of pull the information.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, let's look, let's pull one and see. So I'm just in the designs in command. So if I go to listing presentation, these are the templates that are pre-created, so. If we pull one. This first page you can change to. Listing presentation. For whoever,
Mhm.
and then I can look at each of the pages, so. This introduction page, I think does it some. Dumps of some, the generic wording maybe. Lists of can customize any certain way, you can customize, carefully review the content, so this is your welcome. This is what this packet is gonna hold,
So
have
that is
any
not instructions for
questions?
me, that is literally what the client will.
those are instructions for you to change, so you know what's happening in this packet.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the client will see the instruction page,
with the client, or
or do I take it out?
you,
Okay, okay.
Did you say take it out, Mallory?
yeah, you could take it out, you could
Okay.
use it, I think one of them that I made, I had like on page one, like a summary, no.
A glossary,
Yeah, a glossary where I was like, okay, from page 1 to 2, this is where you can find this.
Okay,
That's something I've seen in some. So here it is, custom consultation prepared for blah. So this page, you'll have to pull things out. And then they're gonna pull their stuff. So if I wanna pull from the MLS, let's try to pull an old listing that I know is not for sale right now. So no. To answer that question,
okay.
it will not let you pull from old, so you would have to go on to,
Go through each page, decide whether you wanna pull it or keep it or not,
yeah, cause
And
this
then-
one's,
and then change all the information on the pages you're keeping that need changed.
yeah, like this thing is automatically created in command that you can do.
And that was part of my other question, is stuff like that pertain to my new listing?
You'll have to change the address out for it. So like I said, I would have a standard. One
Okay,
that you maybe put in a folder that has pockets, and then anything that's specific to their house. Just tuck it into the folder. Because otherwise you're gonna be printing off a bunch of stuff like all the time, changing this constantly, moving it around, and. Jackie, I don't know how much you've tried to edit in this part in KW Designs, but it's not user friendly.
okay. I might have
It's-
to see you on that to get that created. I'll mess around with it first though, to see what I can.
And if there's stuff that, like, I've created them before, so if it's something like this, and then we have pre-made ones here for like $10. So
Oh,
if you
do we?
know, yeah, so if you know you're going to see a client and you're like, I really wanna kind of like maybe impress them, do a little bit more, we have pre-printed listing and buyer's packets that you can just add, like I said, add those couple pages that are specific to them, yeah.
Nice, okay, I might take that.
Yeah,
My-
that's good. That's good.
With the plug-in stuff, okay, you can't pull from the MLS. My question is, I go through and I see all these pictures. Is this template designed to keep those pictures?
Yes.
Or am I supposed to replace it with some of their pictures
You,
and have their house on it?
nope, you don't have to. Like your generic one is gonna have like this one's just a picture of hanging stuff.
That it's designed to stay there, the
It's
picture?
designed to stay there.
Okay,
Like, a lot of these are just generic pictures. So the only ones that, if I was coming across something like this that I wanted to change, I would maybe do just the front page and then,
maybe instead of
Like
that
that
house,
one.
have a picture of their house?
Yeah.
Okay,
and like you can basically Google their address and see what pulls on the tax picture,
yeah,
or Google Earth, take a snapshot of
Yeah.
Google Earth.
okay,
You can find something, or if you're close, drive by and take a picture.
Yeah. okay.
Okay.
Whatever that might be. So,
But all the other pictures typically, like,
like, this would be you filling out your CMA here.
the comparable.
Yeah.
And then do I use the pictures?
You
Do I
would,
use those pictures or
No.
do I find the picture of the?
you would find the
comparable?
picture of the comp.
Gotcha, okay.
So there is pulling in, taking out, adjusting.
I actually have to do some work.
Yes.
Sorry, I was trying to avoid the word.
But like I said, like, it's a couple different pages, it looks like, that need adjusted. And
Okay.
then there's some pages that they can just stay. What's important to you?
Okay,
And then this is the process. Here's a checklist.
I should have stumbled on this before I went on that list. I was like, man, I could have done this.
So like some of the stuff is just gonna talk about Keller Williams in general, buyer stuff.
I feel like at some point, it doesn't even matter what the information is, just the fact that you left something
Yeah,
makes you look like you actually.
and for
Right,
me, sometimes I'm just like,
that's good. Yeah.
$10 for it to look good and me to print off a CMA. Here,
Do it, I'm gonna do it.
here's my card.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's out here if you want, and it looks a little like, we have the binding thing here where you can do the spiral and like.
Can I pay you more than $10 and get you the information of the house and have you do the,
Want me to do the.
hey, I'm trying to leverage,
spiral it?
I'm trying to leverage.
I can't do your CMAs.
No,
If you give me the information on the houses for your CMA, then do your CMA and then send me that information.
okay.
I just can't get into Paragon anymore.
No, so that's what I was saying, like, if I send you the information, can you get on the command and create the? I could pay you more. I mean, I don't want to get you in trouble, so if you get in trouble, I don't want you to do it.
I mean, I wanna say yes, cause I know it's something I would like to do.
Well, I guess,
I know.
ask Lee if that's something that you can do, and I'll pay you for it.
I can say yes. Because that's the only thing I wouldn't be able to get for you is,
Yeah,
The
I can get
that
the
CMA
information.
yeah, that'd be the only thing I couldn't have.
Okay.
And then if you've updated your bio for your marketing profile, I would pull that in.
Ooh, add bio. Is there a page on there for the bio?
Where'd you go?
'Cause that's cool.
Yeah, most people have a bio page in there.
I don't know if I updated it, but when I started this and they made me do one, I
Oh,
have no idea if it's good or not.
That's pretty cool right there.
I've been using Chat GTP.
Oh, yeah, I should.
A lot.
Use it and get a bio from it.
I would have put my intro page like around there, right at the start.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're out here. There's a couple different ones.
Okay.
Depending on like what you like, what you don't like, colors, different things. Like, I like using these holiday ones that are pre-created because they're really easy to change. Cause I just change the logo and it's done. That's it.
What's your opinion on, it's not command, but I was looking on Etsy the other day and they have listing presentations. Is stuff like
You-
that worth
you
paying
can-
for?
You can do those. I haven't had anybody get that and show it to me what it actually looks like. Cause you're still printing it off, like it's a digital.
Well, they gave you a digital download.
Yeah, you get a digital download, but it is the same thing. Like, it's just, if you like how the way that looks, and then they.
Would I
add
be
your
able
face
to
and
use it
information.
in command? Is it compatible with command?
It would be like a PDF, like. But it wouldn't be, no, I see what you're saying, no,
Yeah,
no, that's the thing that's like not out there. for
so
me.
I would have, cause like when I was reading and they talked about Canva, I'd have to get Canva to be able to edit it. Okay,
Wow.
And
downloading it and I wouldn't be able to get it in command and edit it.
Right.
Okay,
so it wouldn't connect to the KWLS at all.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes me not wanna buy it.
I know, I mean, like, there's certain stuff that you kind of want to work with command a little bit, or have somebody that's command.
I just don't wanna have to
Knowledgeable.
use command and Canva for this, command for that,
Yes,
so.
Yeah.
You got Canva then,
I do,
maybe
yeah,
I download it and have you,
I know, I mean, that's the thing is, like, we pay for it, because we use it for
yeah,
everything,
okay.
and I'm like, sometimes I
I
find.
just
something-
noticed on Etsy, they looked a little bit more vibrant, more
Mhm,
professional.
Yeah.
I feel like for Keller Williams, they just have a
they are,
bland.
and they make it that way, so, everybody likes them. It's pretty generic.
Yeah,
Brittany has her own listing presentation too.
yeah, do you still use Canva and do Canva? Yeah, cause I remember she had the classes on it, but.
Like, I'm so proud, like, I just made a whole measurement on Canva.
Yeah.
Go in there, put the room and. But yeah, so I'm very.
Nice.
I love Canva, like in the middle of it.
I love that you guys love doing it. You get so excited. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to pay somebody else.
here's a sample of somebody selling a digital one on here.
Yeah,
So I said, there's an intro page, an about us. It has the same exact stuff that the Keller Williams one has in it. There's your CMA.
just looks better though.
I'm so sorry, I know you're.
It's Jackie.
Have you seen the one from Keller Williams, Josh?
The listing presentation?
Yes.
That's what we were just.
That's what we were just on. I've seen one. I clicked on one of them this morning that I was looking at. But
But
it
I'm
just seems,
talking, the sampled one that they have for us.
Oh, the one, I'll have to show it to you.
oh, here, no,
Okay.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
They-
Okay,
If
'cause
it-
I was gonna s- that might be just as nice. I'm not sure.
Might be better than what you're seeing on there.
Cause it's hard stock and like,
Okay.
kind of like in a magazine type of like stapled in the center, so it,
Okay,
yeah. They're pretty nice.
yeah.
How about mine on editing?
That's what I was asking her. I was like, they looked a little bit more professional.
They do, and now, so like before, I had to go through each one and do my own little paragraph. Now you have AI, that was just a year ago.
That's what we were just talking about.
Cause I was telling her that I was like, I don't wanna pay for Canva and have some things on Canva, some things on command. So it's like, if I were to buy it off Etsy, I'd have to have someone who has Canva and have them edit it.
You can have Canva, you just can't do all the things.
I can get a free Canva to edit.
It may get a little, you're not gonna use it enough for it to get frustrating, but you use it enough where the little crown, you keep seeing the crown, that's what you can't do. But I don't think you're gonna use it enough to even warrant that, as they've done most of the work there, you just use.
Yeah, the Etsy was saying you would just use Canva to edit the parts you need to edit.
And it's free, yeah, it's free,
Yeah.
there's just no pay for right here, they're gonna get you something, they got me.
I'll probably still. pay
Wow.
for it. I'll
That
pay
is
one of you,
nice.
someone say, do this for me.
And that's like, I always hate looking at this stuff, cause I'm just like, I can just make this for you, like, and then it's yours.
And then, I mean, nice thing, like I said, it's been a while since I did mine, but if you go in there and type out listing presentation, that means it's on in there. So into Canva.
Yeah.
And it's free, you just can't do everything.
But you said you can make it, but I can't come to you for everything and have you make everything. You're gonna be too busy. I'm already getting a hold of you for everything anyway.
I need to change my job description. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I thought they were. Oh,
I mean, you keep adding more work that I can come to you for,
I
so.
know. But it's like, that's the thing is I enjoy using Canva and doing the designs and stuff. And so I have a hard time being like, no, I don't want to do something that's really fun during my day and.
At some point, you're just gonna be booked out a month before you can get to it.
There's that. So Jackie, next time you're in, you can take a look at it. I'll show Josh what
Okay.
the pre-made one looks like. And
Okay,
then, if I remember, I'll bring them on Thursday.
all
'cause
righty,
it'll be
thank,
a buyer listing, yeah.
okay, thank you so much, that's cool.
You got it.
Yep.
Everybody take care. We'll see y'all later this week.
See you later.
Okay, all righty, thank you.